and I found a model of the Wilhelm goose fluff on eBay and bought it. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode, the last episode of 2023 of the Heirloom Stitch podcast. I'm your host Kristen, and I'm here to talk to you about what else? Knitting, and all things knitting and yarn related, and sometimes not so knitting and yarn related. So if you don't know me already, my name is Kristen Janik. I'm a semi-retired knitting pattern designer, knitting instructor, and all-around knitting enthusiast. I am podcasting to you from my home in the Maryland suburbs of Washington, D.C. When I am not knitting, occasionally, you can find me doing yoga, watching baseball, vegetable gardening, drinking wine, but it is mostly about the knitting, so let's go ahead and start talking about it. All right, it is the last podcast episode of the year, and I have a finished object. Finally, it has been forever. So let me stand up and show this off a little bit. All right, this is the Willow Branch pullover, which I test knit for the designer, whose name is Tiffany. Something I'm going to put in the description box down below so I don't screw up the pronunciation. And I just finished this. So I finished, I guess, 2 days ago, and then washed and blocked it yesterday. So it is finally done. One finished object to finish out the year. So I, for this project, used stash yarn. I have had this marinating in my stash for ages. I originally bought it for a different sweater, changed my mind, so it's just been sitting there, and it is Quince & Company Lark, which is a 100% American wool. It is a DK weight-ish. You can stretch it to a worsted. This particular colorway is called Fox. After the upheaval a couple of years ago, I don't really shop Quince & Company anymore. I don't know if they still make this yarn or this colorway, but that is what it is. So this project is a top-down circular yoke pullover, which usually I am not a huge fan of in terms of colorwork yoke pullovers, because it can be very hard to get the sizing right when you're working with stranded knitting, which is not very flexible, and you have a garment structure that basically is relying on your body shape to pull it the correct way to fit. But this one, since it is nice and open and lacy, I thought I would give it a try. So let's do a little close up here on the lace. Normally I wear sweaters under my Normally I wear a t-shirt or something under my sweaters, not because of itch, but because it can help the longevity of your sweater to wash it less often. So if you put a layer in between your sweater and your skin, you don't have all of your body oils and sweat and things getting on your sweater. However, with this very open yoke, it really doesn't look great to have something underneath of it, or at least I haven't found anything that I own that looks good underneath it. So I just went without. It is perfectly fine right next to the skin. As I said, the yarn, it just says 100% American wool. I don't know what kind of wool it is. It is soft. It is also a little stiff though. I'm not getting a lot of drape in this. It did stretch out nicely in the blocking. So I knit the size. I should check. I knit the size 3, which is supposed to have a finished chest circumference of 39 inches. I didn't even measure it, to be honest. So I have a 36-inch bust. This looks like it's got probably more than 3 inches of ease. But like I said, I didn't even measure it when I was blocking it. It looked fine, so, and it fits fine. So the pattern is very straightforward. There are charts for the yoke for different sizes. I don't know if she put written instructions in there or not. I think our test copy did not have written instructions, but maybe she said she was going to go ahead and put some in. I don't remember. You can check it out. But other than the yoke, this is a really straightforward sweater. There's a lace yoke, there's some short rows, to create a little bit of a drop on the neck. And that is pretty much it. The rest of it is straight, you know, just a straight body, straight hem. It does have slightly longer cuffs than normal. That's it. So if you're looking for something that's, you know, maybe gonna kind of keep you engaged with some interesting stitch patterning, but then is going to kind of simplify, this is going to be a great choice. So again, this is a Willow Branch. The pattern is now available. I am late. I missed the deadline for the test knit by about 2 weeks. Unfortunately, my life happens. So it is done. It might be the only sweater that I've actually finished this year. I mean, the only sweater that I started and finished this year. I did in the beginning of the year knit a, this one with the lace on the raglans, the Amy Christopher's Felix. But I think I'd started that the year before. So finally, a finished object, a lovely sweater. I'm very comfortable, very well-written pattern, easy to wear. Pair with jeans. I probably could have gone a little shorter on the body, but wonderful to check out if you're looking for something to cast on in January for some selfish knitting after the holiday season. All right, a couple weeks ago I talked about all of my whips, and I'm not going to rehash that again. Needless to say, I have been mostly working on this and I haven't made a whole lot of progress on much else, but I am almost done my Heirloom Jumper. I just have to knit one more sleeve. I would love to have, today is Thursday. I would love to have this done to wear Christmas Day. And I'm not doing any gift knitting, so it's entirely plausible that I could knit a sleeve over the next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days, because Christmas Day is Monday. That would be completely reasonable. I need to, let's see, sleeve needs to be about 18 inches all told. So I would need to knit about, what, 4.5 inches a day? Totally doable. So I'm really hoping to have this done, possibly to wear Christmas Day. I haven't even tried it on. I'm not even 100% sure it fits. I really should probably do that. But it is getting really close to being done. So again, oops, this is the Heirloom Jumper. This is a pattern by Fable Knitwear. It is a fingering weight sweater with a little bit of a turtleneck, lots of twisted rib, a lace panel on the front, the back is plain, and a puffed sleeve with a really nice bit of shaping along this shoulder line to give you that puffed sleeve. Really just very neat and tidy. I am using Fiber for the People, her fingering weight, one of her fingering weight bases, I don't remember which one, in the Sapphire colorway, and a Knitting for Olive silk mohair in the deep petroleum blue colorway, I want to say. So the sleeve shaping is very straightforward for this. You know, it's a series of decreases and then knit straight and then decrease a little bit for the cuff, and that's it. So I could maybe finish this and be able to wear it on Christmas Day. I might be delusional because I do still have a lot to do for Christmas, but I am done work for the time being. The kids will be at school tomorrow, so I don't know, maybe that is the goal. I think it's going to be to try to finish this for Christmas Day. And maybe wear it, although it's actually not supposed to be that cold on Christmas. I mean, it's not supposed to be warm. I think it's supposed to be in the 50s. But this is, you know, a silk mohair merino sweater, so that it might be a little warm. So that is what, other than my finished object, this is really the only thing that I have been working on, because I am really trying to focus on actually finishing projects and not just doing a little bit here, a little bit there, a few rows, and just not accomplishing anything. So that is really the only thing that is on my needles that I am actively working on right now. If you want to see all my other webs, be sure to check out my video all about them. There are like 15 of them. Well, I guess 14 now and hopefully 13 by Christmas Day. And I am really trying to actually get some stuff done before the end of the year. So I'm going to work on that sweater, try to have that done by Christmas. After that, I think I'm going to refocus on socks a little bit because I really need some socks. We shall see. I made a whole list. All right, I found my list. So this, according to me, about 2 weeks ago, was going to be my priorities. Willow Branch pullover, done. Baby bear suit, nope. Then Heirloom Jumper, but I've been focusing on that. After that, I then have my socks. So as I was kind of on track with what I was saying. And then the socks for my sister. And then the scarf design that I have been working on and has gotten nowhere fast. Then my aisle pullover, which I do really want for this winter. Then my Great Gingham Raglan. Then getting back to this design pullover that I've been working on. And then last, another pair of socks. Oh no, I skipped something in there. I skipped my Amelie cardigan. All right, but I have a list, and this is hopefully the order I'm going to be working on things. Not starting any new projects until a bunch of this stuff gets done. Let's see how it goes. All right, the other thing I wanted to show you today is a sewing project that I have been working on. So I have been doing some sewing. I haven't really been showing it off on the podcast much because, as I think I said in the past, somehow like I finish things and then I put them in the laundry, and then every time I'm on a podcast, they're in the laundry. But I have made myself a skirt for Christmas Eve. All right, so this is some dead stock from Max Mara that I picked up from Stone Mountain, what's the name of that fabric shop? Stone Mountain Daughters or something like that. I will link it in the in the description below. And I say I finished, but I actually haven't because, let me see if I can show you the picture. Because this is what it looks like. I'm skipping that tie in the front. I just think that's going to kind of get in the way of whatever I'm wearing with it. But I do have the buttons on both sides, and I haven't sewn all of the buttons on. It's a lot of buttons. I am kind of a no. So I sewed on enough buttons to fix the waistband so I can try it on and make sure it fit. I did put in all the buttonholes. This was a real pain because this is probably the heaviest fabric I've ever worked with. This is it's a wool viscose. I don't remember the exact blend, but it was more wool. And my buttonhole foot wouldn't work trying to make the buttonholes. I think it was just getting snagged on the fabric because it's a plastic hook. And so I had to like manually do the buttonholes. And then I realized I could have just sewn one side shut and added the buttons to be non-functional and decorative. But I didn't do that. So I still have like 16 buttons to sew on, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 on each side. I mean, it's easy, it's just tedious. I don't enjoy doing it. Nobody does. So you can see it's just really cute. It has like a wide waistband, just kind of the front piece buttons over the back and sides. And it has pockets, and my pockets are really cute. So I wanted to show you guys that inside my pockets are this really cute Christmas fabric that I picked up, I think last year. Just a little set of like, what are they called? Fat quarters, that was on sale at Joann's. Just figured, you know, you can always use a little Christmas fabric to decorate things. And as I was thinking about the pockets, I know I didn't want to do a wool pocket, just so heavy. but I found that, and so I put these little festive, secretly festive Christmas pockets in here, and they're just adorable. So you can see they've got like trees and poinsettias, and there's no reindeer in there. So like I said, it's not actually supposed to be that cold for Christmas, so I hope I don't overheat in this. It is pretty heavy. It is a wool. It is not lined. I'm sure I'll be wearing tights, and of course I'm used to wearing wool, so it's not like I generally find it itchy or anything, but we shall see. It will just be to wear to, on Christmas Eve to church. The pleats were a little tricky. Like I said, this is the heaviest fabric I've ever worked with. I don't think the pattern is really designed for a heavier fabric, and so getting the pleats into place and sewing over them was a challenge. And then Finnegan, he's a mischievous kitten, and he found the pattern piece for the back and just tore it apart. And I hadn't marked the pleat lines yet, so I kind of just had to guess on them. But it turned out fine, and it does fit. So really cute, nice for Christmas. Do I think it would go with the blue sweater? Let's see. I mean, it might actually. And that would actually be a good choice because it's a very full skirt. And it's a very like close fitting sweater. But then I would have to have the sweater finished, washed, and blocked by Christmas Eve, which would be a challenge. But I don't know, maybe, we'll see. Or I can wear something else to church and I can wear the skirt on Christmas Day. I have options if and when I finish the sweater. So that is the project I've been working on for the last couple of weeks. What did I make before that? The project I made before that was a dress for my birthday that didn't fit. Oh, and then I did make another dress. Sorry. My birthday dress did not fit, but I also made this dress. This pattern is called Maya Sotis, or something similar to that, by Deer and Doe. I really love Deer and Doe patterns. They're very well done, and they always fit the way they say they're gonna fit. So the birthday dress that doesn't fit, I think that was a McCall's pattern. But the Deer and Doe patterns, I read the measurements, I make the size, and it fits. So this is a cotton poplin, silky cotton poplar, something like that from Core Fabrics. So I'm really happy with the way that turned out. I wore that for Thanksgiving. I could wear it for Christmas too, though. I mean, it's very green. So anyway, I have some clothing options for Christmas, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And of course, New Year's Eve, we're parents, so we just stay home. I'm not sure what I'm gonna make next. I am very annoyed, like many, many, many people are, in that I had planned to make Christmas pajama pants for both my kids and possibly my sister. And so on November 26th, I ordered a bunch of fleece Christmas themed fabric from Joann. None of it has arrived yet. It is December 21st. I think today's the 21st. So like 3 weeks after I ordered it, I wrote to their customer service, and they just answered me yesterday to say, sorry, we're experiencing delays. What am I going to do with a bunch of Christmas fabric that arrives 2 days before Christmas or 2 days after Christmas at this rate? So if it ever does come, I'm going to do, return to sender. I've already contacted my credit card company to try to get my money back because it's ridiculous that it would take almost a month just to ship the fabric. It's utterly absurd. I did have one fabric that I ordered that arrived maybe 3 weeks after I ordered it, which was already ridiculous. But nothing else from that order has arrived. It included some corduroy for a skirt I want to make. But, lots of people sell corduroy. It was a really nice shade of blue, though. I really wanted kind of like a cadet blue corduroy to make this skirt, but oh well. So I am furious with Joann. I don't know what's going on with them. And it's not like, you know, I shop at other places, Blackbird Fabrics, Core Fabrics, Stone Mountain, but they don't have kind of like a lot of this novelty Christmas kids fabrics. That's not what they're about. Really, the main place to get that is Joann. So I know lots of people have had problems with them this holiday season. Lots of people are angry. So you can just add me to the list of people that are furious with Joann. All right, I just think I'll tack on some Chatterbox here at the end and make sure this is not too long of an episode because Christmas is 4 days away. I still have a lot to do. I spent most of the day wrapping presents. I am hosting Christmas Day, but it's just my dad and my sister, so not a big deal. But I am the primary Santa Claus in this house. I did all the present buying and the present wrapping, and I planned out the advent calendar. We've got a Christmas activity every day, and I got the teacher gifts, and I do have a few things. I made all the cookies. I still need to make a couple of things that we like to do before Christmas. I like to make the recipe is called Nutella booze balls, kind of like rum balls, but with Nutella, and I'll include a link in the description box in case you want to check it out and you like Nutella. Those are really good. I like to make a candy cane, a chocolate candy cane bundt cake. The kids really liked that last year, so there is still a lot of Christmas stuff to do. And then there's tape on my sock from my gift wrap day. And then December 26th is the day I get to sit on my butt and do absolutely nothing. Now, normally I might like to cast on a new project, but given all of the whips I have, I don't think that's going to happen. I may start a new sewing project that day, but I'm gonna try to talk myself out of casting on anything new. Christmas is just, as it is every year, it's very busy and it's a lot of work for me, the Santa Claus of the family. We had, if you've been watching for a while, you know that my dad actually is Santa Claus. And every year he does a visit with the kids. Unfortunately, he got COVID. So the kids are in this weird limbo where they know it's my dad, but they don't, like, they know it's their grandfather, but they can't figure out, like, is he really Santa, or is he just dressing up, or they don't know what they think. So I couldn't be like, all right, Jaji has COVID, so we can't visit Santa. So I just said, Jaji and Aunt Megan like to come with us to visit Santa, but Jaji is sick, and so I think by Christmas Eve he is, and we do this every year, but we usually have an earlier visit with Santa, so you can give him their letters. I think by Christmas Eve he should be, and he's feeling fine, and it wasn't severe or anything, but he did want to do like the isolation and the mask like he should. By Christmas Eve I think he should be okay. We should be able to do our Santa visit. Both of my kids have been sick. They both tested negative for COVID. Should I have tested them multiple times? Maybe, but they're not giving out free tests all over the place anymore, and I don't have a ton of tests. So, I tested them both and it said not COVID, so I kept them home several days. But other than that, I don't know, what else to be done. They are both feeling better, thankfully. My oldest still has a sniffle, which he's very dramatic. He's just a very dramatic child. So he's been very dramatic about the sniffle. But they are finishing up school. They still have today and tomorrow, and then they'll be on break through January 2nd. I have got, my oldest, he has some unique interests, but still like kind of mainstream. So, he got like a Nintendo Switch game, and he wanted his own digital camera and things like that. My youngest has this list of random old boats that were shipwrecked that he wants for Christmas. So for Christmas, I would like a model SS Cap Arcona, a model Titanic that snaps in two, a model USS Yorktown, that's an aircraft carrier, and a die-cast RMS Olympic, and the model HMS Empress of India, and a model MV Wilhelm Gustloff. That's his whole Christmas list. So I will tell you, I got a Lego Titanic that snaps in half. I just put it together today. So I thought about just wrapping the thing up, and I was like, it will make our Christmas morning a lot more peaceful if I just put this together now. I did get that, and I found a model of the Wilhelm Gustloff on eBay and bought it. Those are the ones he's getting. Most of this other stuff, it doesn't even exist. I don't know where he gets this. He just watches YouTube. So he got I got him a blanket, he loves to have blankets on his bed. I got my fleece blanket with a big Titanic on it. I got him a couple of books about Titanic and a couple of non-boat themed things that hopefully he will still like. So I fortunately managed to get both kids the exact same number of gifts, which has not come up in the past, but as soon as I don't do it, it will come up, I'm sure. So I just had to finish wrapping the presents. All the presents have been bought. All the presents have arrived this year. I'm not waiting on anything. The only thing I'm waiting on are like little stockings for the cat and the dog. But if they don't come, that's fine. Nothing has been delayed. So I am more on top of things this year than I was last year, but I am still looking forward to that day on the 26th when I can just sit around and do nothing. It will be delightful, I think. Trying to enjoy the Christmas season as much as we can. We have done lots of activities with the kids. We did a Santa train ride. We drove all the way to Pennsylvania for, and the kids enjoyed it, but was it worth a 2-hour drive there and a 2-hour drive back? Probably not. It was in, I can't even remember what it's called, Stone Gable Estates or something. And it's an old steam engine, and so my youngest was really excited about that. And we've driven around to see the lights, and we've made cookies, and we've made reindeer food and decorated and done ornaments. I swear we've done everything there's possibly you could do for Christmas, and I am really looking forward to a break. Other than Christmas stuff, there's not a lot going on. I have not done anything of interest or watched anything. That's not true. Before the Christmas season started, we watched a good show on, I want to say Paramount Plus, called Los Enviados, which it does have English subtitles. It's called The Envoys. It's from Mexico. It's about these 2 priests that are supposedly investigating miracles to see if they're actually miracles. It turns out to really not be about that at all, but they are trying to investigate mysteries. And it is really interesting what Mexico thinks Catholic priests look like. It's not like what these guys look like. One of them especially is very attractive. The other one, I find him attractive, but he's kind of a quirky looking guy. But if you have seen Narcos Mexico, he plays the cop in that. And I did not find him attractive when I watched that, but he did have kind of like a porn stash that was ugly. So if you have a chance to watch Los Enviados, I will say the subtitles are not great. Obviously, as a translator, this is something that really annoys me, is when I see subtitles that aren't accurate, but I also know that there's a lot more to subtitling than just translating. There are physical limitations to the size, length, and amount of subtitles that can be on the screen and how fast they have to be read, and so that can alter some of the translation, but some of it was just bad. But it's still watchable, so you can check that out. And that is about all I have been up to that isn't knitting, working, or playing Santa Claus. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today, and this is going to be my last video of 2023. I will be back in 2024. Probably one of the first videos that I do will be any knitting plans that I have decided to make for 2024, but given how my knitting plans for 2023 went, I'm not sure whether I'm going to be bothered with that or not. But I will be back in 2024 with new videos every Saturday. So if that interests you, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell icon so it will notify you when there are new videos. And if you enjoyed today's podcast, please give it a thumbs up. It is very helpful for me. If you're looking for me on social media, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Media Peruana. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye.